What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Silksong video. Now, I had a few comments on my best red tools video asking for a part 2 covering the blue tools. And yeah, I get it. There's 22 blue tools this time around and only like a couple of them are back from the first Hollow Knight game. So compiled a list of my top 5 tools you need so you can be at the very top of your game and save Farloom. And don't worry, no boss spoilers in the background footage. Now let's get into it. At my number 5 slot, we have something that can help with any playstyle, and that is the spool extender. Now, having access to extra silk is always great, and this tool provides 3 extra silk bars when equipped. In the early game, when your total capacity is quite low, this can be a godsend. I also found it frustrating when I had to have my silk bar completely maxed out just to get a heal in, but with this and a spool shard or 2, healing is much less oppressive. And of course in the later game when your silk spool is essentially doubled, an extra 3 on top of that, and won't go to waste with all your abilities. You can obtain this tool from Jubilana, the merchant at the Coral Chambers, for 720 rosaries. I mean, it's 3 extra silk, guys, what else can I say about it? Coming in at number 4, I have a tool that a lot of people are not talking about, and that is the Volt Filament. This one can be obtained from the Voltworm fight in the Sands of Karak area. Now this tool adds electricity to all your silk attacks, and the percentage actually changes depending on which skill you're using. So this is going to be better for some players and worse for others. For the Silk Spear and Pale Nail skills, this adds 5 extra damage every time you use it. For comparison, a fully upgraded Nail does 21 damage, so that's not very high. But if you're using one of the other 4 skills, it's closer to 20% extra damage. So if you like using the Parry or Storm Thread skills, then this is something you should seriously look into. Parrying with Volt Filament actually helped me beat the final true boss of the game, so it's that good. If the last tool buffing your silk abilities sounded interesting, how about a second tool that buffs your other tools? Yes, the Polyp Pouch made the list and for good reason. Adding a poison effect to all your red tools really makes them worth using. The way poison works in this game is simple. When an enemy gets poisoned, they take 3 ticks of damage for 12 total, so 4 points per tick. So you're going to want to space your tool usage that it re-poisons the enemy once the original poison duration finishes. Re-poisoning them after 2 ticks isn't what you want to be doing. So if you pair this with like Tax, for example, just throw down 1 set at a time. Same thing with the Cogfly, just use 1 at a time until the Cogfly breaks, then summon the next one. Or add it to the Flint Slate to add fire and poison to your needle. What is this, a crossover episode? You can obtain the pouch for yourself in the Shellwood area by doing a wish quest. Just find 6 purple flowers in the area and this item can be yours. In Hollow Knight, one of my favorite defensive charms was the Quick Focus charm, and it's back in the Injector Band blue tool. Yes, for the cost of 1 blue slot, you too can heal quicker and get back into the action. No, but seriously, healing in boss fights can be hard sometimes. The window on certain attacks can be really tight, and this tool gives you just enough breathing room by healing as fast as possible. Until we get good, this one's staying on until we get new DLC. You can find the Injector Bane in Whiteward area just by wandering around and looting it. This area isn't too big, so you won't miss it. And finally, at my number 1 slot, we have the Long Claw. This effect was also in Hollow Knight, and I'm glad to see its return. This tool extends the reach of your needle attacks, and since everyone regardless of playstyle is going to be using your needle, this is good on every build. Especially if you're like me and use the Wanderer Crest, the extra reach is mandatory. Although I do have to say this time around, it's not as long as the previous game. It's more of a moderate buff than a major buff. But still, until we get a longer claw, this is never coming off my build. If you want this for yourself, you'll need to go to the Putrefied Ducks area and do a wish quest collecting bug organs. And I ain't gonna lie, for making me run through bile water to get it, they're lucky this reward is worth it. And hey, for sticking to the end of this video, I'm gonna show you my full build, since people were also asking about the best yellow tools, and honestly, there's only like 3 that change combat, and everyone likes the compass anyways. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.